Hi, good afternoon, good afternoon. Hope you're having a wonderful afternoon. Today I wanted to talk to you about fear. And, you know, obviously fear holds us back a lot of the time. And it can be fear of the outcome that sometimes does hold us back. And what I like to say is, hey Vicky, welcome. Hey Michelle. Sometimes with our fears, well, what I wanted to say firstly was fear and procrastination are best friends. Now, I know you've heard me say that before. Hey Sarah, Michelle, you've heard me say that. I say it in my workshop, fear and procrastination are best friends. And do you know what they do? They hang out together and they talk about you behind your back. And you know what they talk about? Well, hey Rocky, they talk about the things that you're not going to achieve or do or take action toward while they're hanging around. They do. It's true, isn't it? And what I like to do to fear and procrastination whenever I can is politely give it the bird and get back on track and get to, you know, to making action. And I was thinking today about fear and you know, some things have been happening for me lately over the past couple of years, and I'm somebody who's quite punctual. I like to be on time. Hey Sarah, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, I'm very punctual. I like to be on time. I don't like to be late to things, for whatever reason that is. That's just always been me. I like to be punctual. I like to be respectful, turn up on time. It's what I like to do. And I always had this fear about missing a plane, and I like to get to the airport early, not super early. My mum's husband likes to get to the airport super early. No, not that early, but just enough time to check in and, you know, make sure that we're not under pressure. I don't like that pressure. And a couple of years ago, it was probably about 3.5, maybe 4 years ago now, I was running FIFO families, and we had to go down to Albany. Rio Tinto were paying for us to do a workshop in Albany, and they'd pay for our flight. So it was my EA, Steph, and I were flying down to Albany to present a FIFO families workshop, which I'd come up with, and then we're going to fly back that day. Now, it was when the new airports were being built in Perth, and I really hate in Perth how it doesn't say domestic and international or Virgin and Qantas. It's T1, T2, T3, T4. Like, really, people, come on, can we just name them how it is? It does frustrate me. Every time I go out there, I'm like, which one is it? T1, which was, anyway. So the new Virgin airport had been built over near the International, and some of the Virgin flights were still coming in at Qantas, and we were flying out. It was like it was maybe a 5:36 a.m. flight out. Hey Maddie, how are you, buddy? And anyway, so I said to Steph, right, do you know, this is the day before, I said, Steph, do you know which terminal we're going to? Is it the Qantas one or we're going to the new one? She goes, no, it's the Qantas one. I pick my husband up there every 2 weeks when he's back. That's where we're going. I said, okay, no worries. So we get in the car, it's early, and then we're driving there and we think, oh no, maybe it's the other one. Maybe we should be going to the new International Virgin one. Maybe it's the Qantas one. And with this, and we pulled over, and we just didn't really have any clear instruction. So we drove around to the Qantas one. We got out, went into the check-in, and they said, right, no, this is Virgin, but you need to be over at the new one. And we've looked at the watch and gone, oh man. So they rang through and said, you know, these two women are coming. Got in the car, fanged around to the new Virgin terminal, which probably took us about 15 minutes. Got up there, got to the check-in, you know, all right, we're off, we're going to Albany. No, sorry, you've missed the plane, gates closed. Plane's all boarded and the gates closed. Whew. So that was one of my biggest fears coming into reality. Yeah, so there it was, we missed the plane. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. Once we got over the initial, oh man, we've missed the plane, that's it. Okay, we missed the plane. We can't do anything about that. We can't control that situation. We have to release it and let it go. What's the next issue? What's the problem that needs to be solved? Right, we had a workshop that was starting at 10 a.m. in Albany. That's a good 4 to 4.5 hour drive away from Perth. Okay, so what do? We get in the car and we fang it down to Albany. I was driving, present for sort of like 2.5, 3 hours, had lunch with one of our leaders, got in the car, fanged it back. It was a bloody long day. But the message that I really want you to take with you is that sometimes we have these fears that hold us back, and we don't take the next step. We don't take action towards something that we want to achieve because we're scared of what the results might be. Oh, what if I miss that plane? What if I didn't get down to Albany? What would Rio Tinto think? What would happen to the work relationship? Would they keep working with us? It could be anything, and I'm sure there's particular situations. And I know with a few of you online here that we've had some of these conversations around fear and what holds you there. And where you can, it would be great to step into that fear. Stop fear and procrastination talking about you behind your back. Step into that fear and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? Obviously, there's going to be some big things where your life could be in danger. I'm not talking about those crazy things, but some of the smaller things. What's the worst that could happen if we step into that fear? It could completely change our life. It could bring us opportunities that we never thought possible. And Matt, I know you've been doing that with the Ironman, which is fantastic. Stepping into it, getting there, and Sarah with your TEDx application as well. Vicky, I hope your business is going really well. So that's my message today. We want to look at the fear. What is it? What's around it? What's the outcome if it does go belly up? I'll talk about another issue, but I'm not going to talk about it today, but something that's a little bit bigger that some people know about. And, then we can have another discussion around that. If you would at all ever like to catch up with me and, throw some of these ideas around, and if you need a bit of assistance breaking through some of these fear barriers, I'm here. Reach out, PM me, and let's make a time to chat. Thanks for tuning in. It's bye from me.